And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road at Phil's Repit, the quest for perfect barbecue, where we are on this Tuesday, May the 13th, 2025. A couple of birthdays today. Stevie Wonder having a birthday, 75 today. Also happy birthday to Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish. He is 59 today. And country singer Morgan Wallen having a birthday. He is 32 today. Those are the birthdays get on this Tuesday, May 13th. Again, we are live at Phil's Repit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Here's the verse of the day. We always dedicate our show to the man that hung on the cross, and it goes like this. The verse is Jeremiah 29:12. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. Whew, it's good. Did I get the bell out? Didn't get the bell out. Get the bell out here to the national anthem. All right, here it is. Let's put it right here where that is worth banging already. Hello, Doug Inshaw. There you go. You know, God has his eyes on us. He does. He shows us again and again how much he cares for us. So, our prayers sometimes can be awkward, feeble. Does he really hear? Remember this, since the power of the prayer is in the one who hears it, not in the one who sends it or says it, our prayers do make a difference. He does hear, so keep praying. There you go. Jeremiah 29:12, then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. Whew. That's from Almighty himself. Hello, Doug Inshaw, Colin Nidifer. We start the show on a sad note, of course. You probably know by now what has happened with our dear friend. Big fan of the show, big fan of of each other, loved him to death. Been on this show many times. We're talking about Lynn Duggar, the basketball coach, Elizabethan, lost his battle. Whew, goodness. It's happening too often, folks. Pastor Bobby Stout, and now Lynn Duggar. So, 304 and 195 as a men's coach. After a 12-year hiatus, he came back to coach the Lady Cyclones. From 2007 to 2016, Lady Cyclones reached the state tournament 6 times, including the 2014 state championship. Brought it back home. So, between the girls and the boys, Lynn Duggar led his teams to 8 regional championships, going 6-1 in sub-state play. Over his final 7 years, his girls' teams went 186-20. For a winning percentage of 90%. Even after they won the state championship in 2014, they went 65-2 over the next 2 years, losing both times in the TSSAA, the state tournament. His career marked for Lynn Duggar 540 wins, 224 defeats. We lost him. He battled as hard as he could battle. So, he's a Beecher, Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. I'm sure Pastor Powell will be doing the service. Don't know when it is, but it's heavy hearts. We are here. I know this, we'll get into sports, but I promise you, you got to listen to me. We are here. The book says for a handbreadth of vapor. We're here for a little while. And we're not guaranteed the next breath. So, Lynn Duggar, great coach. My son Jordan didn't play high school basketball, but he was so good to my son. He's good to everybody. Every Sunday he would come up to me and say, how's London doing, my granddaughter? How's she doing? How's she playing? Every Sunday. And then back in March when I was laid up for 3 weeks with this pinched nerve in my leg, called me 3 or 4 times, shaking on me. That's who he was. He was a great guy. So, competitor, wanted to win, and did win, obviously. But more importantly for Lynn Duggar, for all of us, he ain't hurt no more. He's in glory. Absent from the body, present with the Lord, is what it says in the book. So when you take your last breath, if you ask him into your heart, absent of the body, presence with the Lord, immediately. Boom. So anyway, hearts are heavy. Our loss, he's not hurting. We're hurting, but he's not hurting. He's not hurting anymore. He went through a lot the last couple of weeks. So Miss Diane, we call her the Buckeye lady. She's going to mix the Buckeyes for me. The peanut butter and chocolate balls. They look like Buckeyes. You know what they're called. She makes them homemade, and they are out of this world good. So maybe I'll get her maybe some Buckeyes down the road as a distraction because she lost her man. So, and the kids and grandkids. So tough time. So I don't know what else to say except, I'm going to miss him. He was a big fan of the show. In fact, he would come Mondays. He would plan his Mondays a lot of the times to come be around at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth when we did the show over there. So, which is really cool. So, anyway, we lose Lynn Duggar, and great coach, great man, and he's in heaven now. And then we can take heart to know that. So, no question. So we're going to miss him every Sunday when it was shaking out at the church. Every Sunday, came across that back of the sanctuary, shake my hand, talk to me. How you doing? How you doing, big guy? Him and Jimmy Enzer. So not going to be the same, but as I said, he is in glory. All right, let's get on best we can with the show. It's just tough. Just tell you, it's just tough. I mean, gosh. Lose somebody like that, just tough. Community lost him. His family lost him. Our church lost him. Just tough. But he's in a better place. National anthem, Martina McBride. We'll jump in and take a look at high school softball. We did play yesterday. Some teams punched their ticket to the sectional. We got soccer today. Baseball tomorrow. It poured it down when I pulled in here about an hour ago. It came down in buckets here at Phil's Dream Pit. And so we're going to talk to Brandon coming up in a few minutes. They're going to be in this Racks for the Tracks rib kickoff competition this weekend in Kingsport. So I'm excited to hear what they're going to send over there to put up against the other barbecue restaurants here in the area. Quick break for the national anthem. Martina McBride, here she comes on show number 2287 of the Tom Douglas Sports Show, live at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets like a the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, yeah, and the home of the brave.
And back to the Tom Douglas Sports Show. We are live at Phil's Dream Pit. We got the pulled pork, pulled chicken, pulled beef, Memorial Day coming, of course, holiday in a couple of weeks. If you want to get this great barbecue, just want the meat only. They sell it by the pound, no question. They can do that for you. And so they sell it, and they sell a bunch of it. Trying to find out where it is here. Meat by the pound. Sure, it's right here. It's right in front of me. I'm just not seeing it. Here it is, meat by the pound. Again, you can go with pork, chicken, beef, by the pound. Good stuff. So, coming up for, as we said, the Memorial Day weekend, if you just want the meat, they can cater any event you got. If you just want the meat, you can do that by the pound. You got the meal plates, the pulls, you got the pulled pork, pulled chicken, pulled beef. The Dream Packs feeds 4. You want to go that route. The meat, the buns, barbecue sauce, your choice of 3 sides. Sides would be the baked beans, creamy coleslaw, mac and cheese, seasoned Italian green beans, potato salad, mac salad, cheesy hash brown casserole. Any of those sides will go with the Dream Pack. So that's available right here at Phil's Dream Pit. Again, Brandon's going to be here in a little while to talk about. Hello, Baker. How you doing, lady? So with heavy hearts, we do our show. We lose Lynn Duggar. So with softball, here we go from yesterday. Science Hill punches their ticket to the sectional. They beat Morristown West 7-0. Dobbinsville, Morristown East was rained out. They'll play that one tonight at 4 o'clock or this afternoon at Carson Newman. They'll play that one there. Morristown East and DB at Carson Newman at 4. And those 2 winners play tomorrow night for the sectional championship. In 3A softball, it was Crockett beating Granger 15-5. Unicoi County beat Volunteer 5-4. So Unicoi County will play at Crockett tomorrow night for the regional championship, a chance to get to the sub-state. In 2A softball, Alcoa blanks Chucky Doug 14-0. Eagleton Academy and South Green rained out last night, so they'll play tonight. With those 2 winners playing tomorrow. In single A softball, North Green beat Cosby 12-0. Unaka and Hancock County are rained out, so Unaka travels to Hancock County today. Those 2 winners play tomorrow. Soccer going on today. Region 1 AAA semifinals. Science Hill Soccer at Sevier County. Dobbins Vineyard hosting Jeff County. In AA soccer tonight, Volunteer will be in Bristol at the Stone Castle to take on Tennessee High. Crockett will travel to Greenville. That's in AA. In single A regional semifinals, Oneida at Gatlinburg Pittman and Pigeon Forge at Roane County. That's the single A soccer playing today. Again, sun's popped out here again. It's rain, typical East Tennessee weather. Poured it down in buckets about, 10:30, 10:40. Sun's out here now at Eastern Star exit. Interstate 26. Hello, Grace Carter. How you doing, lady? Baseball, sectional. Knox Ferry to Dobbins Vineyard. Science Hill to Oak Ridge. Tomorrow. 3A, Seymour Greenville and Unicoi County and Anderson County. Against the best of 3 now in the sectional and get to the state tournament. And single A, Greenback at University High and North Green at Coalfield. So they'll play tomorrow, they'll play Thursday, and then they'll play a doubleheader on Thursday to, if need be. Which again, I don't get that. I just don't understand. You go all season long, get down to the sectional with a chance to get to the state tournament. You play a best out of 3, which I think is a good format. But you play the first game tomorrow, and you play the second and third game on Thursday. Why would you not bring that the last game, the biggest game of the year, to get you a chance to go to the state tournament? Why would you not let it be a standalone day? Why would you double them up and play 2 on the same day on Thursday? Because it's the TSSAA, I guess. Makes no sense. The importance of the game, you play Wednesday, case in point. Knox Ferry to DB. Tomorrow they'll play at Hunter Wright Stadium or J. Fred Johnson Stadium at 6 o'clock. Thursday they'll play at 4:30, and they've come around for that third and decisive game. The best out of 3 they'll play, turn around and play it at 7 o'clock Thursday night. Why? Why would you not come back and play unless there's travel? And again, Farragut, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Farragut's coming up out of Knoxville, coming to Kingsport to battle DB in that particular series. So you play 1 on Wednesday, you play the other 2 on Thursday. They didn't ask me, but I think it's crazy to have that kind of importance in this game, and double them up and play two on the same day. But you know what? They didn't ask me. What they did say is, how good is it at Phil's Dream Pit? It's real good. Pulled up, you can smell it. Brandon's back here in the smoker all night, pulling the meat off, and goodness gracious, it's good. The sandwiches, the platters that you can get here, pulled pork, pulled chicken, pulled beef, sliced beef brisket meal, a half chicken meal, the 2 drumstick meal. You've got the sliced turkey meal, 2 pork wing meal, the 3 rib meal, half rack rib meal, full rack rib meal. And you can also get the meatless plate of 4 sides. All that's available. The sides include baked beans, green beans, hash brown casserole, coleslaw, potato salad, macaroni salad, bag of chips, or mac and cheese. That's your options for your sides. Baker's, I'm so jealous. By the way, Baker, I went last night and got me a burger at Barker's. So I stopped by there in my travels. Nice young man waited on me and got a creamsicle shake. So good experience there, sis, if you want to know. So there you go. Good experience here, too. So the food truck's out today. It's out. They now have a Phil's Dream Pit food truck coming to an event near you and selling it right out of the truck, right off the truck. Anyway, it's the meal plates. Here it is at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. That is their slogan. They do it and do it well. There it is. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. We got hams for Easter. And everybody who got a ham loved it. The hickory smoked hams for Easter from Phil's Dream Pit. Out of this world good. They loved it. We love giving it to them, and they love receiving it. So they'll park them again till the holidays, which is not that far away. Tom, Thanksgiving's a ways off. Yeah, no, not really. Was it 226 days now till Christmas? So no, it won't be that far away at all. To reorder, you know, a chance for you to order either hickory smoked ham or hickory smoked turkey for the holidays. We won't rush it. We'll wait and get through Memorial Day and 4th of July and Labor Day, and then we'll get ready for the holidays. But yes, you cannot go wrong getting a hickory smoked ham or turkey from right here at Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Website is philsdreampit.com. So, and if you're looking for a daily special, shoo, the brisket special, man, it is so tender, it just falls off your fork. It's just tender clumps of brisket beef, and you pick it up and it just falls off your fork. It's that tender. It's been smoked all night long. Whew. Goodness, make me hungry talking about it. We'll take a quick break. We'll jump in and go. We'll take a look. We covered the high school softball, baseball, and soccer. We're in tournament time, obviously. And so you've got, as we said, Unicoi County and Crockett come back playing each other for the regional championship, which is awesome. You have, that's in 3A and 4A softball. DB and Morristown East got to play today, and then that winner will play Science Hill tomorrow for the regional championship in 4A. In 2A, it'll be Eagleton and South Greenlight on the makeup because of rain out. And so those teams will play, Alcoa will play the winner of that game tomorrow in the 2A. And in single A, Unique and Hancock County have to play tonight. They got rained out last night. So that winner will play North Green tomorrow for the Region 1 softball championship. So it's here. And of course, the guys, we told you, the best out of 3. And the sectional starts tomorrow across Northeast Tennessee. Quick break. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball. Evan Carter tearing it up. I love it. Absolutely wearing it out. We'll talk about that and more right after this break. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star actually coming up top of the hour. Jeff Beverly's coming by. Bevo's got the very latest on Tennessee softball, Tennessee baseball, football recruiting. Aguilar's on campus now, the new quarterback for UT. We'll talk about that. What's going on with Coach Barnes and Coach Caldwell with the basketball program. A big orange update, if we will, at the top of the hour here on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Live, as we are, we're on the road here at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue is where we are, broadcasting live on show number 2287. Getting ready to crank up number, won't be 90. Tomorrow's 88. Thursday, yeah, will be 89. So show number 2290 will be Friday at Food City in Elizabeth. That's pretty cool. So, anyway, quick break. We'll be right back after this talking about the Dream Packs from our owner, Brian Pipkin, on the Tom Dillon Sports Show.
Really easy way to feed a family or a bunch of people. We start them off at 4. Dream Pack for 4 runs $32.99, gives you a pound of meat. You can do pulled pork or pulled chicken, either one at that price. 3 sides, it's a pint each, so it's a 4-ounce serving of meat, 4-ounce serving of 3 different sides, gives you a really good meal that'll fill you up. It's not something that you eat and you're hungry later, an hour later. I'm going to include your buns, your barbecue sauce. Instead of picking up a pizza, come by here, pick up a Dream Pack. Your family will thank you. And if you need it for more people, the breakdown on it's $8.25 a person. 12 people, for instance, is $99. You'll see that advertising out from us in a lot of different places. Feed 12 people for $99. That gives you 2 pounds of meat, a quart and a half of each side. Still gives you the bun, still the barbecue sauce. Really, really popular. I had a group at Eastman just order a 16 for Wednesday. So you call us ahead. We can do as many people as you want. We do 100 people, 200 people. We'll put those in pans for you, or as few as 4. So in even numbers, however many you want, $8.25 a person. You can't beat it.
Cannot beat it, folks. Again, here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. The phone number is 349-6437. Hours are open
11 to 7, Tuesday through Saturday. We take Sunday and Monday off, but we're here the rest of the week.
Social media?
Social media on Facebook. Maybe Instagram later if one of my kids shows me how to use it, but right now it's on Facebook. That's where people watch you, so we'll figure they've got it here.
And the website is?
Website is philsdreampit.com.
You got it.
I see a familiar face here. Looks like he's ready to talk to you.
He is.
That's
our buddy Jeff.
Going to talk some NASCAR, I'm betting.
That's our buddy Brian Pipkin, the owner of Phil's Dream Pit, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. And back to the Tom Dillon Sports Show again. We are live at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue on this Tuesday, May the 13th. Not a good night. Hello, Jeremy. How you doing, buddy? Hello, Linda Pierce, watching in Ohio. Thank you, ma'am, for watching in the Buckeye State. Hello, Jeremy Mahler, watching in Johnson City. Not a good night last night for Tanner Houck. Not been a good year for Tanner Houck, the starter for the Boston Red Sox. Made the wrong kind of franchise history last night. He surrendered 11 runs, all those earned, against Detroit. Became the first Red Sox pitcher since Major League Baseball was integrated to surrender 10 or more earned runs in multiple games in a single season. Had a terrible outing a couple of weeks ago. We talked about that. He was knocked around pretty good. Last night he gives up 11 earned runs as the starter for the Boston Red Sox against Detroit. Not a good day at all at the office for Tanner Houck. Hello, Buster Snyder from West Virginia. How you doing, sir? Hit that bell. Old Buster. Me and him used to play basketball at Stone Streets all the time. And the boy could flat play. Hello, Buster. How you doing? The boy could play, I'm telling you. Boy, nice man. Good night. Couldn't ever stop him. He would drive, and you think you had him on a dribble drive, he'd stop, pull up, hit a jump shot every time. Then you thought, okay, we're going to get up close and guard him tight, not let him get that jump shot. Then the rascal drive to the hole. Buster Snyder could play. Anytime we picked up pickup game, I always finagled my way best I could to get on his team, not have to guard him. I want him on my team, and not have to guard him. So he could play. Buster Snyder, what a memory lane, going down the memory lane that guy. He could do it. Many, many, many basketball games at the old Stone Street basketball court back in the day in the hills of West Virginia. Hello, sir. How you doing? If you're a Braves fan, Atlanta Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. beginning a rehab assignment today in the Florida Rookie League. Acuna will play the outfield, report back on how he feels before the Braves move forward with this guy. Acuna has not appeared in a game since May of last year. Almost a year to the day, really, May 26th, when he tore the ACL in his left knee. Had previously torn the ACL in his right knee back in 2021. So, in 7 seasons in the bigs, his batting average .289, 165 home runs, 196 stolen bases. His most recent full season only posts the first ever in Major League Baseball, 40 home runs and 70 stolen bases in the same year. Now, this is the guy, however. Hello, Debbie Prophet. How you doing, lady? This is the guy that, well, we're going to see how he's, interesting to me to see how he's received in the locker room. He made headlines and raised eyebrows when he accused manager Brian Snitker of having a double standard on how he handled Jerry Kelnick's gaff back in the day. If you remember, where he didn't run out of the ball. Actually hit the top of the wall. Thought it was going to be a home run. So he didn't run as hard as he was going to because he thought he was going to do the home run jog. Realized didn't go out to the ballpark and try to get into the second on a double. They threw him out. He says that if it had been anybody else, it's a double standard. He'd have gotten in trouble. So, anyway, all that being said, the Braves will let him start on rehab. He's a four-time All-Star. 2018 Rookie of the Year, 2023 MVP. So this guy's a big deal. And they need him, and so he'll start his rehab assignment today in the Florida Rookie League. Ronald Acuna Jr. Tom Total Sports Show. Jeff Beverly joins us top of the hour talking Tennessee sports with the Big Orange Update. Looking forward to having Jeff here. He does it very thoroughly, as good as anybody we have on the show as far as stringers or contributors, I guess. Baseball today, everything under the lights tonight. Reds will be at home against Chicago. Andrew Evan mound for the Redlegs. Atlanta, Spencer Schwellenbach on the mound, 1-3 against Mike Soroka, former Brave for the Nationals. 0-2 is his record. 7:15 first pitch done, I should say. In Atlanta, Truist Park. Other games tonight: Milwaukee and Cleveland, Minnesota and Baltimore, Red Sox and Detroit, St. Louis and Philadelphia, Tampa Bay and Toronto, the Pirates in New York battle the Mets, Cubs hosting Miami, Colorado at Texas, Kansas City, Houston, the Yankees. Second game of that series in Seattle against the Mariners. You have the Angels at San Diego, Arizona and San Francisco, and the Dodgers. We talk about Evan Carter. We'll talk about him again here in a second. Here's Landon Knack, part of the world champion L.A. Dodgers, starting tonight against the Athletics. Landon Knack out of Johnson City, Science Hill at 2-0. And so he'd been put down to AAA, much like Evan Carter's called back up, and is starting tonight for the depleted Dodgers staff. So Landon Knack with a record of 2-0 for the Los Angeles Dodgers, the world champion L.A. Dodgers, will pitch tonight. Again, he hails from Johnson City, Tennessee. We love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so let's see. Doug sent me, I want to get these numbers from Doug Henshaw, who's also a contributor to the show. I can get him on here next couple of days. He's a good one. Anyway, some of these notes about boom, here it is. Evan Carter's second inning home run last night was the 50th hit of his career. Now check out these numbers. Out of 50 hits in his career, 24 of those, or half, have been for extra bases. He has 11 home runs, 11 home runs, 3 triples, and 10 doubles for Evan Carter out of Elizabethton. Here's a picture of him that Doug sent me. So Evan Carter's home run last night, the 50th hit of his career, 24 of his 50 career hits in Big League Baseball have gone for extra bases. He has 11 home runs in his career, 3 triples, and 10 doubles. Pretty impressive stuff. And he's from Elizabethton, Tennessee. And Landon Knack, who says starting tonight for the Dodgers, is from Johnson City. Very impressive. The standings look like this. Any changes? No. Things tightening? Yes. We'll start in the National League Central. The Cardinals, the winningest team in baseball, 9 straight. They've cut it to 1. They were in the cellar at one point. And the Cardinals are now 1 game out of the Cubs in first place, or for first place in the NL Central. The Brewers are 4 backs. It's a 2-horse race right now. The Cardinals have won 9 in a row, and they're only a game back of the Cubs in the Central. In the East, the Mets have won 2 in a row, 6 out of 10. They lead the Phillies by 2.5. It's a 2-horse race right now. Phillies have won 7 out of 10. The Braves are 6.5 back, so there's a 4-game differential between the Phillies and the Braves. So the Mets lead the Phillies by 2.5. The Mets have won 6 out of 10. The Phillies have won 7 out of 10. And the Braves have won 6 out of 10. So 3 hot baseball teams in the NL East. NL West, the Dodgers, winners of 6 of their last 10. They lead the Padres by a game and a half, and they've won 6 of their last 10. And the Giants, another team heading in the wrong direction. Hello, Bill Holland. Hello from Myrtle Beach. Hello, sir. How is the weather, Bill Holland, in Myrtle Beach today? I would love to know what it's like in Myrtle Beach. Is it sunny, cold? Tom, it's cloudy. Let me see if I can guess it. I'm going to say Bill Holland's going to say right now in Myrtle Beach it's cloudy and 74. See if I get it right. See if he'll respond to me. Let me know what it is, current conditions at Myrtle Beach. So anyway, the Dodgers lead the Padres by a game and a half. The Giants have lost 4 in a row. They're slipped back to 3.5 back. That's the National League look. Hello, Jimmy Buck. How you doing, sir? And ma'am. Appreciate the Bucks. All right, Jimmy. That's right. Jimmy's a lady. So I think she corrected me about that one time. So. Yeah, what is the rule of thumb? See, I knew a lady in school, her name was Tommy, but she spelled it I-E. Therefore, it designated when you looked at the name on paper, you could tell it was a female. And I think Jimmy's the same way. When Jimmy's with an I-E, I think it typically means that it's a female. Yankees lead the Red Sox by 3 in the East of the American League. Yankees have won 2 straight, 6 out of 10. Red Sox playing 500 baseball the last 10 games, 5 of 5. The Blue Jays have won 4 in a row. They're 3.5 back. In the American League Central, Detroit, winners of 7 out of their last 10. They lead the Guardians and the Royals by 2.5. Kansas City's got hot. They've won 8 of their 10. The Twins are hot. They've won 8 straight, but they're still 5.5 back. So it's Detroit, Cleveland, Kansas City, Minnesota. Detroit leading the Guardians by 2.5 and the Royals by 2.5. Then in the American League West, the Mariners have lost 4 in a row and 6 out of 10, but they still maintain a game and a half lead over the Athletics. And the Texas Rangers have won 3 in a row, and they're now 21-21. They're an even 500 ball club right now, and they're only 2 games back. Now you can say, I know this will sound crazy, you can say what you want. Every time Evan Carter gets up there, remember 2 years ago in the postseason, they were down for the count. Evan Carter gets called up at that point, and you know what he did? Helped him win a world championship. A key point, Bruce Bochy, the manager, said, without Evan Carter, we're not world champs. And that's just not lip service. He meant it. And the stats bore it out. I mean, he did. He sparks his team. I don't know what it is. But he comes up in the Boston series last weekend. They've now won 3 in a row. Now, granted, they fired their hitting coach, got a new hitting coach. Got Boone now as their hitting coach. Got rid of Taveras. Put him on waivers, and the Mariners picked him up to make room for Evan Carter. But the point is, whether it's a fluke or coincidence, but they win when this kid's up on the roster. I say kid, a young man. He's an incredible nice man. Evan Carter. The Jesus One shirt that he wore that after one of the games in 2023. National television. People wanted to buy those shirts, and they bought them by the thousands. And money proceeds from those shirts, or at least part of the proceeds, go back to help feed the hungry and help people out. So Evan Carter is the real deal, I'm telling you. Off the field more than on the field. On the field, he's doing very well. Starting center fielder for the Texas Rangers. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. We'll take a break. We'll take a look at the NBA. Celtics, Jason Tatum off the court, ultimately in a wheelchair, going off the court last night. That is not a good sign, obviously. So we'll find out about that, where we are in the NBA playoffs, where we are in the National Hockey League playoffs, as we march on here. Top of the hour, he'll be here in just a few minutes. Jeff Beverly, looking forward to talking to him. What is going on with Tennessee baseball? They are not the big dogs who were last year. They're currently ranked 18th in the country. And they're I'll have to double check. 7th or 8th right now in the SEC standings alone. Season-ending series this weekend before the tournament. They go to Arkansas, which is the number 2 seed in the SEC behind Texas. It's not going to be easy. Jeff will talk about all that coming up. But here is Michaela talking about what she can do to help you cater. Got summertime's here coming up. End of school, field days, class reunions, backyard parties, Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July. company picnics, you name it. Chances to cater. Michaela tells you about it right here on the Tom Miller Sports Club. Buddy, Michaela Miller from Phil's Dream Pit. Catering. Tell us catering opportunities using Phil's Dream Pit.
Well, where do I start? You call me, you tell me how many people you want. It's $13.99 per person. It'll be a 15% gratuity on top of that with a $200 setup and serve fee. And what that's going to get you is me and a team of 5 or 6, depending on how many I need, will come out. I'll set up my food. I make your sandwiches. We'll serve all your sides. We clean up, get out of your hair, and you never know we were there.
What are the options on the menu?
Pretty much it's open game.
Anything?
Yeah, open game.
Yep.
Okay, the hash brown casserole. We don't do the hash brown casserole in bulk or catering at all.
349-6437. Catering opportunities for any event coming up. Give them a call right here at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue, catering any event. Call her, ask for Michaela, and let her step you through how she can help you with catering from Phil's Dream Pit. One of our great sponsors on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and on Cyclone Football.
In a world where clutter, trash, and debris threaten your property, one man is ready to save the day. He's Container Man, your dumpster delivery superhero. Need to clear out your garage? Call Container Man. Remodeling your home? Call Container Man. Demolition waste taking over your job site? Call Container Man. From minor to major projects, Container Man has the perfect size dumpster for every task. With lightning fast delivery and the customer service of a locally owned company, he will help you restore order to your world. When you're ready to fight clutter, trash, and debris, call Container Man.
Back on the Tom Miller Sports Show. Look who stopped by. Let me see if I can swing this around. Look at him. This man makes it go right here. That up thing here. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning.
How you doing?
There you go. Right there.
Where?
Right there.
Well, that's on here too then.
Oh, then we missed it. We both missed it.
Just, see, I was looking for meat by the vows. It's just meats. All right. So we're going to talk about that. Hello, Kim Birchfield. How you doing? Our show with Heavy Hearts, of course, and also Lynn Duggar, our basketball friend from Elizabeth, and passed away last night. So we, Kim, you knew him, we knew him, everybody knew him, and what a great guy. So this guy's a great guy too. He's my buddy. We go back. How many years you been here? All
probably
told.
close to 7 years.
7, right? Yeah.
7 years.
Now you call yourself the pitmaster, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to think so.
So we'll tell him again. I'll tell us all the time. I went and bought for folks the hickory smoked hams for Easter. They loved it. Hickory smoked hams and turkeys for the holidays. Loved it. Everybody I got one for, they love them, man. It's awesome. That's because of you. So you the man. Phil taught you, and here we are, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. You taught me everything I know.
Yeah. You got enough cord?
I don't know. I'm a little short on the cord.
There you go. Got it right there? All right, start right there. There we go. Tell everybody who you are, by the way.
I'm Brandon. I smoke the food here. I've been here about 7 years.
Yeah.
Started off in the kitchen and worked my way up. Phil taught me everything he knew about pit mastering, and still learning every single day.
Yeah. So, what'd you smoke last night? Ribs?
Well, we didn't smoke anything last night. Tuesdays are usually our build back up, days, so we don't usually cook on Monday nights.
Makes sense. You're off on Mondays. Okay.
Today I cooked 5 cases of pulled chicken, 2 cases of brisket,
Unbelievable.
15 racks of ribs. Tomorrow I got pork belly, I got ribs, I got turkey, I got chicken, I got more brisket, I got I feel like I'm missing something.
That's all right.
It's going to be a very, very busy week trying to get prepped for Racks by the Tracks.
Absolutely. So you guys are going to be in Kingsport, Racks by the Tracks.
Yeah.
And a cook-off, what you're going to be doing at Ribs?
Yeah, we've been wanting to do it for years now. And when there was new ownership took over, he decided that he wanted to try Racks by the Tracks and kind of get our name out there a little bit. So I've been wanting to do it for years, and I finally get to do it. I'm pretty excited about it.
Is it ribs you're doing?
Ribs, that's it. Just sweet ribs and
So
dry
ribs
rub
cook-off?
ribs.
Okay.
Yep. So I think we start at 8, and I think it lasts all day from 8 to 8, I think. I'll be start cooking probably about 1:45.
It's in downtown Kingsport.
Yep.
Racks by the Tracks. They have so many awards up here. They've taken a lot of them down. They've had so many awards through the years they stopped doing this. So, well, there they are. Cutting that
When
up
he did the remodel.
on that wall here. They repainted inside here. So, coming up, Memorial Day weekend. It's right around the corner. If you need the meat, if you want to have them cater it, they will. If you want just to buy the meat, you can do that too. It's called Just Meats. Pulled chicken, pulled beef, pulled pork, smoked turkey, sliced beef brisket, chicken salad, baby back ribs with a full and a half. So they come in and just get the meat, right?
Yeah, they can come in anytime and get the meat.
Yeah.
If you got a bigger order, a little bit of a notice would be great. But just people working hard in the kitchen sometimes, just need a little bit of a notice. But yeah, come on in and get it anytime, any day.
Just played the commercial, Michaela, talking about catering. So when I was in there last month, she was gone. I think it was the King University, I think, where she did like 250 people. So you can do 10, you can do 40, you can do 50. So we'll cater. We'll go out and cater and do a full thing, just drop it off, or actually stay and serve it too, right? We can do it wherever we
yeah,
want.
it depends on how many people that you're wanting. But yeah, we'll stay and serve anywhere from 2 to 400.
Yeah.
You name it, and we're there.
So pulled pork, pulled chicken, pulled beef. So when you come out and get this great meat, this is the man that does it. He's the pit master. And so he works his tail off. It's hot back there, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm burning
In the
up.
smoker. Yep, I can see it run off your head.
Cooking
So he's working. So I want to talk before I let you go about the sampler platter. Tell me about that, would you please?
Yeah, you can get 2 meats, 3 meats, anywhere from half chickens. You can't do the half chicken, actually. I lied on the 2 meats, but you can do brisket, ribs, pork belly, pulled chicken, beef.
Mm-hmm.
And the beef is really good. Big portions, big size portions, great sides that come with it. Only thing that does not come with that is the half chickens. You can't get the half chickens with the 2 meats, the sampler platters. But other than that, it's fair game.
There you go. It's all right here, folks. Again, it is awesome. Hello, Mary Carton. How you doing, lady? One of the nicest ladies in the world from Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. So, anyway, sampler platter. It's right here again at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Website's philsdreampit.com. So if you're planning a party or a get-together, class reunion, vacation, Bible school, backyard party, graduation party, what am I leaving off? Wedding receptions,
Weddings, yeah.
anything like that. You need food. This is the place to call and give them a buzz and let them sit down with you and talk about either, as we said, full catering, come out and serve it, set it up, take it down, drop off, or just come in and deliver it and leave, or let you come get it here, the meat by the pound, as we said, and so you can do it any way you want to.
Yeah,
So
we accommodate any way we can, any possible way we can.
349-6437. So this guy's a big Michigan Wolverine fan. So anytime I want to tweak him, I'll say, go Buckeyes, and immediately it hits the button.
I
So
was in Atlanta the other day wearing my Michigan shirt, and
Someone
some
gave
guy
you-
wearing a Buckeye hat, and he said, "Michigan sucks, go Buckeyes." And I said, all I said was 13-10.
13-10, there you go.
13-10.
They get the point out of it.
Yeah, that's all right. Gets the point across.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what do you think your Wolverines will do this year? What's the
Hey,
prognosis?
man, we've got high expectations for my guys. You know what I mean? I think we got, Chip Lindsey an offensive coordinator now. I think, head coach is in a little bit of hot water again for that
Signal stealing?
alleged
Alleged?
stealing
Yeah.
scandal. So he's got to get suspended for 2 games. So at least it's against Central Michigan and Nebraska. I believe.
It's not going to be the big games. Let's face it.
No.
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 it's not going to be Ohio State in the big games where we'll say, Sharon, you're going to have to sit out, buddy, the big game. Nah, it's a
Offense is
couple.
going to be scary, man. Offense is going to be scary. We got some good guys coming back from last year on defense. So, I mean, it's going to be a great season.
Now, I was told in Q2 you're now a Little League ball coach. Is that correct?
Yeah.
T-ball coach? What are you doing?
No, Coach Pitch, 9-11 in Shack. My son plays baseball with the
That's awesome.
Orioles. Yeah, it's been great. You know, it's my second season coaching him. You know, he's been wanting me to get out there and spend a little bit of time with him, so I felt like it's a good way to get closer to him. And
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
been a great season. It's been fun. You know, kids play hard. You know, it's been great.
Making those memories.
Hey, man, got to. Lots of pictures, man. I got one of my kids' dads stays there, and, you know, he's got one of those really nice big cameras, and he just takes
Some super
photo
shots.
after photo after photo after photo and just sends them to all the parents. Doesn't charge any of us, man. He's a good dude. Real good dude.
Young man's first name, what position?
Aiden, and we switch him around a lot, you know, but he's strong at second base and center field. That's where we like to put him.
All right.
So we've been working hard.
I know you're going to get back to work.
Yes, sir.
You're the best.
Yes, sir.
Big B, thank you. He does a great job, folks. He is your pitmaster here, extraordinaire. He gets it done, as they say. I mean, he's the guy that smokes the meat for you here. Excuse me, Phil's Dream Pit. Hello to Lacey Maxwell, rather. Dietrich McKeeson. Hello to Lenny Julian. Hello to Kim Birchfield. Hello to Miss Mary. And hello to Barry and Nancy Taylor. Marvin Smith. Linda Pierce up in Ohio. Chad Markland. Hello to you, sir. How you doing? Buster Snyder, my buddy in West Virginia, watching. So thank you. As we said, as we started the show, starting on a sad note, losing, we told you, losing Coach Duggar, which is tough, of course. But again, he's in a better place. So crazy thing is it's just really mind-boggling for me. And after all these years, you think, okay, well, people pass away all the time, but it's so surreal. I mean, it's really hard to believe he's gone. And you probably experienced the same thing in your life. You had somebody's like, you can't really believe they're gone. And I can't hardly believe that Coach Duggar's gone. But he is. But he's in a better place, I can tell you that. NBA last night, the lottery. Cooper Flagg found his new home more than likely to be a Dallas Maverick as the Mavs win the lottery in the drawing. And so the draft lottery, they'll have the draft in June, but the placement, they go first. My Spurs go second. So the 76ers also in there, while the Wizards, the Jazz, the Pelicans, and the Nets all took a lottery tumble. The Spurs will pick number 2 in June. The 76ers will go third, and the Hornets will pick fourth. So picks number 5 through 14 will be made in order of the record among the non-playoff teams. Playoffs are going on. Boston losing again last night. Knickerbockers got them 121-113. Knicks about to put them out, the defending champs. They lead at 3-1. Minnesota defeated Golden State by 7, 117-110. They lead their series 3-1. Tonight, Indiana at Cleveland. That series, Pacers 3-1 in Denver and Oklahoma City. Jokic and the boys in Oklahoma City tonight tied at 2 apiece in the NBA playoffs. National Hockey League on the ice last night. Carolina goes up 3-1, skating past Washington 5-2. Edmonton goes up 3-1, skating past Vegas 3-0. Tonight on the ice, the Dallas Stars hosting Winnipeg, and the Stars lead Winnipeg in best of 7, 2-1. If you're a fan of Tennessee sports, you're getting ready to get a lot of information coming up as soon as we take the break. He's here, our buddy Jeff Beverly with the Big Orange Update. Tennessee baseball, struggling, trying to find their mojo. As Jeff and I talked about on the phone last night, they getting away themselves more times than not. Softball, we got a regional come up this weekend in Knoxville. We'll talk about that. Football, Aquilar's on campus now for Tennessee. The new quarterback, because Nico Amelevins left. And so, there you go. And then you have Coach Barnes and Coach Caldwell. Big Orange Update. Whatever he wants to talk about, he is going to be doing that right after this break from Phil's Dream Pit, where we are. And it is lunchtime and it's hopping. I love it, love it, love it. The quest for perfect barbecue, Eastern Star Exit Interstate 26. Again, Jeff's here. He joins us right after this. We're live here again on the road, as we told you, right here at Phil's Dream Pit. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after you see this.
Sponsors on the show would be the good folks right here at Phil's Dream Pit. Dream Packs, tell us about it.
Dream Packs are a wonderful way to feed a lot of people affordably. We've really worked hard in this era of inflation to keep the price down on these. Dream Packs, we offer them anywhere from 4 people to upwards of 100. Feed as many people as you like, and they work out to $8 a person. And that gives you pulled pork or pulled chicken. We get any of our 3 of our sides. A lot of places have cut it down to 2. We're still doing 3 sides with that. You can choose from our world-class baked beans, our macaroni and cheese, macaroni salad, along with our coleslaw potato salad. Any of those 3 that you like, you're going to get all the buns you need, all the barbecue sauce you need to have a really good family meal. These are wonderful for graduation parties, weddings, just backyard get-together, whatever you want to do. $8 a person. If you want to go to pulled beef or brisket or something of that nature, we can arrange that too, just a little bit more for those higher price needs.
They're called Dream Packs, and they sell them in increments of 4. So if you've got, as you said, coming up, you got Vacation Bible School coming here in the not-too-distant future, into the school year parties, graduation parties, Fun Fest block parties coming up late in the summers, all kinds of things you can be planning for that it will need and require food. In this case, Dream Packs. You can give them a call here. That phone number is
423-349-6437.
And then if you just want to buy meat by the pound, you sell that. We got everything covered. We just want the meat, the great meat coming from Phil's. You can do that too, right?
You can do that too. Meat by the pound, $14.49 for a pound of pork. We're still one of the lowest restaurants around for pulled pork, and we work hard at trying to make sure that our pork's nice and juicy and succulent. Hickory smoked right here in-house.
In-house. Pull in the parking lot, you can smell it. It's going all night long. It's good stuff. Social media, how do we find you?
On Facebook and also philsdreampit.com. You can order online right there.
Closed on Sundays and Mondays, open Tuesday through Saturday from when to when?
Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Come by and see us.
There you go. One of our great sponsors right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Been with us since day one of this voyage we call the Tom Taylor Sports Show. That would be the good folks right here at Phil's Dream Pit. Again, Interstate 26, the Eastern Star exit. Phil's Dream Pit right across from Abra Trucking, the quest for perfect barbecue. And back to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Look who stopped by with the Big Orange Update. He comes periodically, and we love him for doing it. So we've been down this trail before. How many years we've been together? 30-some?
Yeah, at least 89, I think. 88, 89 time frame.
My first sideline reporter ever. We were doing Dobbins Minute together back in the day.
Dobbins Minute football, sure was.
Yep. Let's go down on the sideline. We called him Bevo. I don't know how did you get that name? Is that something crazy?
It's just a contraction of the last name. Got shortened to an easier name to say, I guess.
It's no telling how I come up what I come up with, but I always called him Bevo, B-E-V-O, and it's kind of stuck. Back when I call him, go Bevo, he'll go Thomas. It is what it is.
It is what it is, absolutely.
Yeah. So you were there last week, the Big Orange Update at Meadowview. The place was nuts, crawling with Big Orange fans. Great turnout, wasn't it?
It was a great turnout, and we have had good turnouts, the last few years. They've had it at Meadowview for the whole Tri-Cities area, and that serves as a fundraiser for the local alumni chapter scholarship sponsorships. And so that's the best thing to come out of it, really, is the money that we raise for sponsorships, for scholarships. And this year, the Sullivan County chapter and Washington County chapters have been combined into the Tri-Cities chapter starting this year. So that's a sort of a new thing. If anybody's interested in getting involved in the chapter, please reach out. There's a web page, Facebook page you can find, or call the alumni office in Knoxville. They put you in touch with the right people. But always looking for new and exciting alumni to get involved with the chapter for sure. But had a good turnout, long lines for all 3 coaches. Got to meet Mike Keith, first time I ever met Mike Keith.
Mm-hmm.
Very personable. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to having him. He did a great job emceeing the event. Just a natural at communicating and just asking questions and just interacting with the coaches and the crowd. So really nice job by him. I'm looking forward to having him as our new play-by-play man going forward. I think he's going to bring a lot of excitement. He gets excited, and that's good. That's what you want to hear from your radio guy. So
That's what we do.
that's what you do.
When you call it to see a play that's merits getting excited, we get excited. So that's yeah. Mike Heath is here, the Big Orange Caravan, absolutely. So hello, Francis Cottrell Clater. Gosh, I haven't heard of you in a long time. How are you doing? Bill Holland's watching down Myrtle Beach. Hello, sir. How are you? Linda is watching here. We got Linda Pierce in Ohio watching. Got Buster Snyder in West Virginia watching. So thank you guys and ladies for watching the show. Appreciate that very, very much as we're here. So let's talk about it. Big Orange, let's start with our baseball team. Currently, the Tennessee baseball team in Knoxville is struggling. They are currently 8th in the league. They're 15-12, 39-13. What's wrong with fall baseball?
Well, they had a great start this year, and I think what a lot of people have, especially if people are new, of course, you're an old-time baseball guy, you know this, but if fans are sort of new to college baseball or baseball in general, 60-8 is not typical.
No.
And the amount of wins they've had the last 3 or 4 years is not typical for a baseball season. The major league guys, you lose the third, you win the third, and what you do with that center third depends whether you're at home or playing for a World Series. So if you're at 600, 650 winning percentage in baseball, that's pretty good. It's a game of failure, as we know. So the best hitters fail 7 out of 10 times. So all that being said, they have struggled a little bit since Gavin Killen got injured against ETSU, oddly enough. Tennessee won the first 20 games, I think, then got beat by ETSU, which is a very good baseball team this year, particularly. Got beat in a midweek game. Killen gets hurt, pulls his hamstring, so he misses about 4 weeks. And he does come back to a little DHing toward the end of that, but as far as him being a starter back in the lineup, it's about 4 weeks. I think that sort of derailed the season a little bit. Had a couple other injuries, too, but people have to remember this team that won the World Series, College World Series last year, only 2 position players returned
Exactly.
from that team. Hunter Inslee, who's had a great season as the lone senior, technically, and then Dean Curley was All-American freshman, All-American shortstop last year. They were the only 2 returning starters, almost completely new pitching staff. So they've cobbled together a team, around some injuries. Still have had a very, very good team and will probably still be a host team. Probably not going to be a super regional host unless some strange things happen, but I think they're still in line to be a host team, even though the rankings had them like 18th, but I think the power rankings, the D1 projection, that they would still be like a 9 or 10 seed even now. So, and depending on what happened with the Arkansas series this weekend for the last series of the game of this season, but they've not got timely hits. I think they had 12 on base Sunday against Vanderbilt. So they've not just had that clutch guy come through. Like last year you think about Dylan Dreiling and Christian Moore and Blake Burke and all those guys. They'd always come through with that clutch hit right when it's needed. They've not had that as much this year.
Nope.
And so when you leave 12 on base and you lose a 2-run ball game, then that's the kind of things going to happen. Pitching staff has been a little bit up and down, with the exception of Liam Doyle. He's been amazing. There's a lot of talk he may actually be the number 1 player picked in the draft this year. The Friday night starter, he's been outstanding. Really, really fun guy to watch pitch. Saturday's been up and down a little bit. Phillips has not had a great season, but he's had a few games where he's pitched really well. But here lately, he's not pitched as well, and the big bugaboo with him has been not being able to hold people from stealing base. I think they stole 9 or 10 bases Saturday. And that's been his delivery is real slow to the plate, and so he's got to work on that if he ever wants to really go far. He's a big guy, throws close to 100 miles an hour, in pretty good control for the most part. But once you get a base runner, if you walk a guy, he's gonna be on third and probably in 2 pitches, and so and it's hard when you have that slow delivery to the plate. It's hard. It puts a lot of pressure on the catcher, obviously, to try to throw him out. There's been at least probably 4 or 5 runs in SEC play where a guy's still in third and the throw is in the left field. Either gets by a third baseman or a bad throw. So they've given up at least 4 or 5 runs that way in SEC play. So that puts a lot of pressure on your offense then, thinking, well, you got to score, you got to get hits. You can't. But,
exactly.
So then Sundays has sort of been a mismatch. They expect A.J. Russell to be the third starter. He's come back from the Tommy John surgery. pitched a little bit. I think he threw maybe one inning in February, then one inning in March. Picked up a little bit in April, but still has not had an extended outing yet. So they're being very careful with him. He's a very high draft prospect as well, but they're being very careful with his arm. But not having A.J. Russell as a third starter this year, I think, has been a big twist that not necessarily didn't expect, but they were hoping that he would be the third starter this year. That's not happened. Tegan Coons has started some, a freshman, on the Sunday game. So they've been dealing with some injuries and some new players, but overall they've had a pretty good year. The last 4 weeks have not been great. Obviously, losing 4 series in a row. Vitello, since he's been there, he never lost 3 series in a season, much less 4 weekends in a row. So they had a couple of close games. Of course, they started out that early in the season, had A&M. They shut out A&M 10-0 on Friday night, no hitter. You think, man, this team that made them 21-1 or whatever, and then the next day was going to be a doubleheader because the Sunday game was bad weather. It thought it would be rained out, so they played 2 on Saturday, and A&M hit like 9 or 10 home runs between the 2 games. They just come in court, and then they went on a tear there for about 3 weeks, practically unbeatable. Now they've come back down to earth a little bit too. So one thing people, if you look back statistically, teams that win the World Series in Omaha, a lot of seasons the next year, they don't have a very good year. Ole Miss won it, didn't make the tournament next year. Mississippi State won it, didn't make the tournament next year. Florida won it and lost in the regional. So having a repeat, they've not had a repeat winner since 11 and 12 with South Carolina. So there's only been 3 repeat winners, I think, in the last 40 years. It's hard to repeat because players move on, they get drafted, whatever. So for them, Tennessee to come back still have this good of a year. A little disappointing last month. Nobody will doubt that or argue that. But they've had a pretty good year so far. And, if they can get to a regional and get sort of reset, get everybody back healthy, if A.J. Russell is able to pitch at the end of the season, in postseason, if he's able to give them some innings, the team can be still very, very dangerous.
Big weekend this weekend for the Volunteers. They go to Arkansas. Arkansas is second in the league. They're 18-9, 41-11. Tennessee 8th in the league right now. They're 15-12 and 39-13. They got to get a tune-up, get ready to go for the SEC tournament coming up in Hoover, Alabama, right around the corner of the SEC tournament. So
the SEC tournament this year is 16 teams now.
16.
So it's single elimination.
The top 4 get a quarterfinal.
Top 4 get a double bye. The other 4, the top 8, get a single bye. So it's single elimination. So it's a totally different format, totally different experience. If you're not in the top 8, you could play one game and go home.
Yep, one and done.
One and done. And so, you don't want that necessarily. But by the same token, you don't necessarily want to spend all your pitching and get out of sequence on your
burn your arms up
on your arms. So last year Tennessee came back and actually won the SEC tournament. I don't think a lot of people expected them to do that because they lost first game to Vanderbilt and put them in the losers bracket. But then they came back and won the SEC tournament very impressively, and that's set them up then for the regional, super regional, then Omaha. So you never know how it's going to play out, but being a single elimination tournament this year is very, very different.
We're talking to Jeff Beverly. We're live again at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. The hickory smoked hams were a hit. Everybody got one at Christmas or at Easter. Loved it. We did turkeys at Thanksgiving and Christmas and hams. Hickory smoked. You didn't get one, did you? We're going to get you one this year.
Oh, those things are great, I'm sure.
Yep, we're going to get you one. You like turkey or ham?
Probably ham.
Ham? We'll get you a ham for the holidays coming up. It'll be here before you know it, Tom. Thanksgiving's way off. No, it's not. Just the other day it was Christmas, and here it is going to Memorial Day weekend. We just came through Mother's Day with the blink of an eye. It'll be here before you know it. Hello to Angie Willowait, my little buddy Angie. How you doing, Willowait? She got herself a ham, said they wore it out. So Andy and she and Brandon and Addie said they went through it like a buzzsaw. That's good. Hello to Sue Rouse. Thank you for watching the show, ma'am. So baseball, I get a big series we said this weekend in Fayetteville against Arkansas. Softball's got the regional. It's been set. So Lady Ball softball, the 4 teams, of course, Tennessee hosting, North Carolina, Ohio State, and Miami of Ohio. It's interesting. It's just trivia, purely all it is. But Tennessee now will have played, potentially, Ohio State in 3 different sports. Obviously, they played them in football. They played in Lady Balls, played them in Columbus in basketball. And they're in a regional. And there's a shot at this double elimination. They'll play them in Knoxville, which means nothing, just sounds good. But the Tennessee Lady Ball softball team. What are they doing right now? How are they doing?
Yeah, they've had a good year. Obviously, they're a fun team to watch as well. Carlin Pickens has been SEC pitcher of the year, just phenomenal pitcher. Set a record for the fastest softball pitch ever recorded this year. I think 78 miles,
78.
something like that. So they've got a chance to play at home and get this regional. I think they opened with Miami of Ohio, about 1:30 on Friday, and then North Carolina, Ohio State followed. It's a typical regional double elimination, so they'll have opportunity to win that and hopefully move on then and to hopefully be in a position to be a super regional host, depending on how the others go. But they've had a good year. They've a lot of new players, as is typical now with sports teams in college. You get a lot of new players each year. But they went out and beat Texas when they were ranked number 1. Beat Oklahoma when they were ranked number 1. A series at Oklahoma and a series at Texas. I think that was the first series Oklahoma lost at home in like 4 or 5 years. So they've had a good year. Lately, they lost the series to Arkansas sort of unexpectedly, I think, toward the end of the year. Then Arkansas eliminated them in the SEC tournament as well. So Arkansas is playing well here at the end of the year. But I hope for them to have a good long run in the NCAA.
Yep, that's the goal. Lady Ball softball. Again, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio State, and Miami of Ohio. Just for saying's sake, we'll run down all the different regionals. Not necessarily who's in them, but just to let you know they're all over the country. They all play again starting on Friday. It'll be a double elimination. And then after that, you go to the Super Regional, which is the best out of 3. So they're playing, here it is, right? They've got them all lined up for you. So the regionals are Texas A&M's hosting in College Station, Oklahoma, Florida, Arkansas, Florida State, Texas, of course, UT, South Carolina. UCLA is hosting a regional, as is LSU, Clemson, Texas Tech, Arizona, Duke, University of Alabama, and Oregon. The Lady Ducks are all hosting a regional site for softball for 2025.
7 out of the top 8 are SEC.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's that tell you,
Tells we're strong top to bottom, and so in yet another sport, we already know what we do in football and basketball and baseball. Football, Nico Amaliman is gone, of course, and Aguilar, I believe he's on campus now, if I'm not mistaken.
He got there yesterday. Yep,
So,
sure did.
what's going on right now? What's the talk?
Well,
When does he
a
go off?
lot of people were sort of shocked with all that news came down about Nico and all this stuff that transpired with wanting more money, and who knows what all actually went down behind closed doors. A lot of speculation, a lot of thoughts. I think the Nico camp thought they would get much higher offers, and it didn't happen.
No.
Obviously, he ended up at UCLA, which fine school, obviously, but for a whole lot less than the $4 million he was asking Tennessee for sure. So, and he had a good year last year, but not a great year. Now, I think a lot of people expected him in the second year under Heupel as a starter to really take off. We see what Hendon Hooker did in his second year. Led Tennessee to the top 5 ranking. So, I think a lot of people were anticipating Nico to really take that step. We'll never know, but his team, his family, his advisors, whatever, they made their decisions. So he's gone, and I think Tennessee did the right thing by not giving in to the demands.
Absolutely.
And it may cost them a game or two this year. Who knows? I mean, who knows how it would have played out. Joey Aguilar, who had transferred from App State to UCLA to be their starter, sort of got kicked to the curb, so to speak. So he ended up transferring back to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of a circuitous route there to get to Knoxville, but you never know how he's going to do. He's had a lot of experience. He's thrown, I think, for over 7,000 yards and 54 touchdowns, but a lot of interceptions too, so he'll have to cut that down. But he comes in with a lot of game experience, 2-year starter. I think all people anticipate him being the starter when they come fall. Of course, Merklinger's had a decent spring, had a good spring game, so I'm sure he's going to be fighting as well, obviously, to be the starter. But we'll see if Aguilar can come in and nail down that spot and give it some stability, give the quarterback room some experience, and hopefully it'll go well for him this fall. They open. I just saw this morning the Syracuse game start time has been announced at noon. They open against Syracuse at noon in Atlanta on the 30th, and so they'll break in a new quarterback as well. Their quarterback went to the NFL. They're getting the quarterback transferred. Angeli, I guess his name, from Notre Dame, will be Syracuse's quarterback. So every year now. It's just you got to update your rosters constantly. So we'll see how that game goes. I mean, it'll be a lot of speculation. Tennessee's still, I think, a 9 or 10 point favorite even after Nico leaving. But it'd be good to get off to a good start, good win to start the season. And they're having a lot of recruiting right now. Campus visits, official visits start back again June 1st. Tennessee's having their 865 gala, I think next week, where people can come in, recruits can come in. It doesn't count as official visit because it's an open event kind of thing. So they're having their big event. I think it's next week or week after next, right before the June 1st official visit season starts. And this time frame now with the recruiting calendar the way it is, June is a big time for commitments. So hopefully Tennessee will get some big commitments. Savion Hyder, the number 1 running back in the country from out in Virginia, he's going to be in next week at the 865 event. Be lots and lots of players it's either next week or week after. I think they're finalizing all the details of what all's going to transpire with that. But he's going to be in. He's one of the top players, period, but the top running back in the country. Of course, he's got all the schools. All the main hitters are after him, and he's be taking official visits to a number of schools. I don't know if anybody's a real clear favorite for him right now, but Tennessee's in pretty good position, at least for getting him on campus and offering an opportunity to come in and get some early playing time for sure.
What's his name again?
Savion Hyder.
Savion
Hyder. Hiter. It almost looks like Hitler, but there's no L in it, so it's pronounced Hyder.
Savion Hyder. Okay. Got to remember that name. So he's the number 1 running back. Tennessee's in the running for him.
Yep.
It's awesome.
So it'd be exciting. And, of course, they've got one of the top quarterbacks committed, Fazion Brandon. Fazion Brandon from over in North Carolina. He's coming in for the event next week. And so he's staying committed. You know, all people are still talking to him, obviously. But he's staying firm with Tennessee as of right now. So hopefully that'll continue. Tennessee made offers this week to a couple of legacies, a Peace kid out of Knoxville who was Phil Fulmer's grandson. Robert Peace played linebacker for Tennessee. He married one of Coach Fulmer's daughters, so now their son is, I think, a sophomore in high school. And so he got an offer from Tennessee this week. And Kevin Simon's son, Kenneth Simon, he's a linebacker there in Knoxville. Kevin settled in Knoxville. He played in the early 2000s, linebacker out of California, if you remember. And so his son is one of the top prospects. He's got 20-some offers already. Most SEC schools have offered him. He's, I think, a sophomore as well. So they both got offers this week. And I saw an interview with him. He said he was wearing Tennessee pajamas when he was 2 years old. And so he grew up in Knoxville. So I think it would be an upset for somebody to come in and pluck him out for sure. And same thing with Peace, being his granddad is Coach Fulmer. So those couple of really solid players locally, and we'll see how their recruiting goes. But look for them to be in Tennessee Orange here in a couple of years.
We're talking to Jeff about the Big Orange Update. Again, hello to Coach Steve Shipley watching down in Middle Tennessee. We know Coach Shipley back in the
we do.
The DB days. Hello, Coach. How you doing, sir?
Had a couple of good trips down to Murfreesboro.
We did. Made road trips down to state tournament. So hello to Jeannie Williams. Thank you for watching the show. We're live here again at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26, the quest for perfect barbecue. A couple more stops. We'll talk real quick about Rick Barnes and also Coach Caldwell, who took she took her official maternity leave because she had her child in the middle of the season. So little guy Connor, so she's at home says I'm going to be on the phone working every day, and I'll come in some. I'm going to take my official maternity leave right now, so she is. So Lady Vols getting ready to get geared up. They got 5 All-Americans coming on campus, ready to go to play basketball. It's going to be an incredible start to this new season, the second year for Coach Caldwell. So she's revved up, ready to go. What's going on with the men's team right now?
Well, they just hired a new assistant coach, McMichael, I think's his name's, and so he's a long-time coach. He's been coaching 40 years. He's in his 60s, so he's an older gentleman, but he's been a long-time friend of Coach Barnes. So he's been hired as an assistant, and we'll see how the staff movement plays out. There's some thought that maybe after next year there'll be some movement with some of the other assistants, maybe moving on. It's going to be interesting with all these NCAA court settlements and so forth going on this summer. If they're going to allow them to have the 5th year, and so if that happens, probably get Jordan Gainey back for another year. He's not really looking to do anything in terms of pro ball or anything like that. So it's a good chance, if this passes in time, he'll be back for the 5th year. So, but they got, Nate Ament, number 3 player in the country, coming in as a freshman. Obviously, he'll be a one-and-done player, but he's a lot of people comparing him to Durant in terms of the impact that he can have. Outstanding player. He's tall, but he's very skinny. He's real slender, but he can shoot outside. Can handle the ball like a guard. He's going to be really fun to watch. And of course, you'll have to toughen up, obviously to play in the SEC. It's a rough league, as we know, and it's, that level of Division I basketball it's pretty tough, obviously, physically. So I'm sure they'll put him in the weight room and bulk him up a little bit. But he's the highest rated prospect that ever signed in Tennessee in terms of ratings. Of course, back when King and Grunfeld, they didn't have those ratings, so they may have been higher, but had they had the ratings back then. But since the ratings have been around, he's the highest rated player that ever signed in Tennessee. So it's going to be another good year next year for Tennessee basketball. And Coach Barnes seems invigorated. I got a chance to meet him and talk with him at the Caravan, and he seemed as exciting and young as he's ever been. And so I think he's looking forward to not retiring anytime soon, and hopefully he'll have another great year next year.
Absolutely. Hello, Bernice Hyder. How you doing? Thanks for watching the show. We're here live at Phil's Dream Pit. So, in closing here, President Trump says, okay, he went and spoke at Alabama's commencement, ran into Saban, had a long talk, and so now he wants to get involved to sign an executive order to put a cap on NIL, maybe bring Saban in as a commissioner on behalf of the government to try and regulate to a point college athletics, namely college football. And so I've got the story over here that President Trump and Saban are not in cahoots, but he is talking to him pretty vigorously.
They seem to become buds, haven't they?
Become buddies, and so what's your take? Somebody's got to do something, obviously. Would you agree?
They do, and of course, you'd hope that the NCAA and or the university would have worked all this stuff out without having to get the government involved. But we'll see how that plays out. Typically, you don't want to get a lot of government overreach, but
typically
they had this opportunity years ago, and they put it off and kicked the can down the road for years. This whether or not the players should get any kind of cut of the revenue or any kind of funds. If they just gone along with that years ago, they could have formulated a structure and a plan to avoid all this stuff. But they finally had to wait till the courts decided it for them, and then they were thrown into it, and we see the mess we're in. Had they been proactive 10, 15 years ago, when all these things first started coming up, they could have designed a system and been ahead of the game. But no, they didn't do that. Then the court stepped in and made them do it. So you sort of blame the NCAA on this, a lot of it on themselves for not acting when they should have. Now they're going to get told what to do, probably in some form or fashion.
So here's the story. NCAA President Charlie Baker said he was up for anything when asked about a President Donald Trump proposed commission on college athletics headed up by Nick Saban. Trump going to create the commission, and so the ACC says we're all about it. Charlie Baker says we'd love to get the government involved, see if they can't get this straightened out, which is really unfair to the government because it should have been, when you create something, tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, when you open this restaurant up, there are templates and rules that you got to go by to run this restaurant. Yep. You can't just go, okay, open it up and Katie bar the door. Well, that's what they've done. You nailed it. They started this transfer report NIL with no rules and regulations, no guardrails, as you keep hearing that buzzword. But it's true. They said, okay, we're going to do this, and here's how it's going to go, and worry about the consequences later. Well, the consequences is practically ruined college athletics. I mean, it's headed that way, and so. Trump said, at the urging of Nick Saban when he was in Tuscaloosa for the Alabama commencement in which the president spoke, we need to get something done about this. And Trump said, let's get involved. Let me create a commission. I think it's a great idea. So if you were on that commission, what's the first thing you would do?
Well, the only concern with Saban's obviously been great for college sports and great for college football. He's very knowledgeable and very intuitive on what's good. My concern will be, and it has to be to a certain extent, but it not be just football-only decisions. Football runs the roost. We know that. They have the most players for any team, 105 or 100, whatever the numbers going to end up being. They bring in the most revenue by far. We know that. But there's a lot of other sports that,
Oh,
that need to
absolutely.
be considered as well. And my concern, a lot of these decisions are made, or will be made, or could be made, just sort of based on football only, and it's ignoring basketball, baseball, women's basketball, whatever the case may be. So, while that has to be obviously of high import, I hope they don't lose the other sports in terms of decision making. It's like with the Big Ten adding all those West Coast schools. Well, that's fine for football. They just travel once a week, and it's not as big a deal. But basketball, 2 or 3 games a week. Baseball, 2 or 3 games a week. Lacrosse and all the other sports, multiple travel all the way across the country. To Rutgers from Seattle and all this kind of stuff. That can't be good overall for sports when they
No.
break it down like that.
There's no
So,
rivalries.
That's my own concern, that it ends up being a football only decision. And
Very good
but I
point.
think obviously something has to be done. I mean, they can't keep going this route. Of course, these lawsuits are the House decisions coming up this week. I think is the final arguments on that. So we'll see how that plays out, where they get the 5th year or not. The revenue and the $20 million is going to be divided up per school. So there's a lot of balls that are being juggled in the air right now, and how they all land out, we'll see. Football will get the majority of that for most schools, but for a school like Villanova, who doesn't have a football team or doesn't have a Division I football team,
Point.
their basketball team's going to really reap the benefit from that. They'll get probably the majority of that $20 million for basketball. So some non-football schools may really come to the top in basketball, for example, because they'll have more money to spend.
Then you bring in Title IX, and I promise you they're going to get their cut of the action, and as they should. So, but the $2.8 billion, I keep going back to it. It's spread over all the schools in D1 for the last, I think, 10 years.
10 years, yeah. Last 10 years.
So, and I've said this before, and we'll say it one more time with you here, get your take on it. So, Jeff Beverly played at University of Tennessee in Pickett, 2020. All right. So, Jeff Beverly, we lose him. He's passed away. Okay. He's married, got a kid. All of a sudden, Mama says,
Where's
he
mine?
played, where's my cut?
Yeah.
Then you get into, okay, Jeff got divorced. Okay. Wife number one says, but while he was at UT as an athlete,
Yeah.
I was his wife, and so now, and we have a son together. You think this is crazy, but it's not. This is what's going to happen.
There'll be situations
Oh,
like that.
all day long.
It's just made for multiple lawsuits.
Absolutely.
I
mean, because again, there's no parameters. It's the wild, wild west. So this $2.8 billion sounds like a lot of money. You take every school in America, go back, what did we say, 2015?
2015.
10 years back, every kid that's played, girl or guy, in Division I sports, I mean, I'm thinking when it gets all said and done, you may get $50 or $100. I mean, these people think they're going to get this big chunk of change.
You
I don't
divide
see
up
it.
that many athletes, it's going to really reduce the amount per student.
Too
for
many
sure.
hands in the pot.
Yeah. And what about the guys that finished their eligibility in 2014? They're going to say, wait a minute. By 6 months, you're cutting me out of this chance to have an opportunity here, So I expect at some point there'll be some 2014 athletes or 2013 athletes, sued to get in on it. It is a total mess.
So now somebody's suing the NCAA, or is it the NC State basketball team, or Valvano? A couple of those guys said, no, it's somebody University of Virginia. There's a school out there, I should have this in writing, I don't. The players are suing because they're still running this promo video. And he said, you guys are making money off this. The NCAA, at my expense, they made a game-winning shot. I want to say Villanova, and I don't think it's,
I'm not
Virginia
sure.
or Villanova.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But then the NC State guys said, that same where Valvano runs out on the floor,
Yeah.
at that dunk to win it.
Yeah.
They're saying, because that was before the 2015 cutoffs, like, whoa. You guys are making money. Where's my cut on that?
Oh,
Because
sure.
you're using my
Likeness.
literally, on a video to make money for the university or for the NCAA. Where's my cut? This can go on and
Okay.
on and on. I'm telling you.
That's why I said earlier, if they got ahead of this back when all this started flaring up, and gotten out there instead of pushing it, and instead of resisting it, and trying to stop it, if they got out in front, of course, hindsight's always 20/20. But had they done that and gotten ahead of this thing 15 years ago, whenever, and said, this is how we're going to structure, this is how we're going to do it, they wouldn't be in all this mess right now. But they waited and waited and waited. They let the courts get involved, and you had lawsuits, and you get judges' decisions and all this kind of stuff, and then now you've got the hodgepodge of what we've got. And you mentioned Title IX a moment ago. Well, Title IX was set up to have equal distribution of scholarships between
Bingo.
men and women based on the population of the university. Like if 53% are women, then 53% of the dollars should go to women's sports. Well, I've always thought football should be exempted from that because there's not an equivalent for football for women. And I think you could have equivalent all the other sports and had that. But you've got so many sports created for women just to try to make up for Title IX. But now, recently, of course, we've seen Title IX used for everything. Anything, for sexual assaults and these kind of things, which that's never what Title IX was meant to do to start with. So they've used Title IX as sort of a hammer for anything, and I think that dilutes the real meaning of Title IX from the original aspect of it, having equal distribution of scholarships between men and women. So yeah, anytime you get all the legal mess involved, it gets to be a mess for sure.
Jeff wants his cut. I want my cut. On and on. You have a player that's passed away, and I'm sure it's happened in the 10-year window.
It has, for sure.
So their heirs would want to go, okay, he played XYZ school when he was alive. Now he's gone, and his kids need to cut of the action. It's the lawyer's going to reap big benefits out of this. You wait and see. And all this points right back to just you and I sitting there talking about it at Phil's Dream Pit. It points back to, in my opinion, the need to have a commission, have some kind of regulation, whether it's Saban, whether whoever it is, heading up this commission to kind of try and get all the horses back in the barn best they can, which I don't think they can totally. But and you're right, it's got to be decisions based not just on football. Football's the bell cow. We know that in college athletics and primarily in high school athletics too. But
Sure.
these girls and guys, these smaller sports, track and field, tennis, pick 'em, they want their cut of the action too. And so, if it all goes towards football or to the more profitable sports, because let's face it, you don't make a lot of money when you have a tennis team as far as fan attendance and all that. You just don't. But if all the money goes to the sports that generate the revenue, there again you come back to, I played field hockey. I deserve a cut. There wasn't 20 people in the stands, but I played.
Yep.
So and so it's going to be tough to. I just don't think it's 2.8 billion is going to go very far.
Probably won't. I've not really sit down and done the math, but you think about all the tens of thousands of athletes and over the last 10 to 15 years, whatever it ends up being. I mean, I'm sure those lawsuits aren't settled yet either, I imagine. So, it's going to be interesting. But it's unfortunately, all these headlines take away from the stuff that happens on the field or on the court, or between the lines, whatever. I mean, it takes away from concentrating on the competition and the fun part of what we enjoy is watching these games, watching these players compete and to try to win championships and all those kind of things. And unfortunately, this kind of stuff takes away from all that.
And the transfer portal, you can ask these high school coaches now, these high school kids, they're getting left out because the transfer portal is easier.
Yep.
I'm an incoming freshman. This guy's played 2 years at XYZ school. They're going to go after him. Coaches have said that. We're going to go get you first. And so a hot rod high school player that has the credentials to play, it's like, okay, I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to bank my success on this guy who's already played in college. He's transferring from XYZ school to come to me. Then bringing Tom in as a freshman who may not be that good once he gets there. He may get homesick. His girlfriend may want him to come home. I mean, you pick it. He may flunk out, and it could get hurt. I mean, any number of reasons. So they have told us, and it's true, the high school athlete right now is getting passed over because of transfer portal. So those kids aren't getting a chance to get a scholarship because they're going after the existing college athletes.
At some point, you think that's going to find common water or common level of water to even back out again. But right now, it's not. And what is going to happen, you think, a lot of times some of these high school kids that may have been, could have played for a SEC school or an ACC school, well, they're going to end up maybe at a Southern Conference school. And then some of the kids that have been at a Southern Conference school are going to end up at a Division II school or so forth. So it's like you said, have the push-down effect to where it may make some of our Southern Conference teams, for example, better or a lot more talent-wise from that standpoint. But then they're only there probably until they'll transfer the next year. So it creates a turmoil when they open it up. And there's got to be some, as much as anything, I think the money thing, will be resolved at some point. But the transfer aspect of it, they need to have some guardrails around that. Just like this Duke Miles, the basketball player, he's from Oklahoma. He's committed to 3 different schools
Yeah.
since the end of the season. Now, I think he's finally committed to Vanderbilt, and I think that's where he's going to go now. But he committed to Texas A&M, and then there's another school, and then now back to Vanderbilt. So he's been committed to 3 schools in 2 months.
And one more point to put to this. Milligan, NAIA. Anjay Thomas, big 7-footer, gone. Went to sign with St. John's. So he's going to go play for Patino. So they've dipped down into the NAIA now. And so those guys are no longer sacred cows. I mean, they're if you're having a good year, even on the NAIA level, we already know that if you're a mid-major, an ETSU guy or pick somebody, Middle Tennessee State guy, Tennessee Tech, someone on that level, if you have any kind of a season in these sports, the big boys will come knocking on your door. Well, now they're dipping down to the NAIA.
Well, and they keep mailing me a basketball player. They thought Tennessee thought they were going to get him. Then Auburn came in at the last second and offered him more money, and essentially, and that he went to Auburn. And so we have a late recruiting upset there for Bruce Pearl to sort of steal that kid away. But he was at LMU, But he's going from LMU to SEC.
They've opened Pandora's box. They can't put the lid back on it.
No,
So
it's going to be hard to put the lid back on it now.
go get some lunch.
All right, I'll do that.
Catch them when it's quiet right here. It's been busy, and so it's calm before the second
Quiet
wave.
down a little bit.
Before the second wave. Thank you, as always, our buddy Jeff Beverly, the Big Orange Update from right here at Phil's Dream Pit. You're awesome. Thank you, sir.
Glad to be here. Always love to talk about the Vols.
Oh, love to have you on the show. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We got more. We'll run back down who's playing where in softball tonight and soccer tonight and baseball tomorrow, the best of 3 in high school. The section will start. We'll tell you all about that next here on the Tom Dillon Sports Show, live at Phil's Dream Pit, show number 2,287. They said it wouldn't work. We're right around the corner from 2,300 shows. Talking to my buddy Brian Pipkin again from Phil's Dream Pit. Let's talk about Dream Packs. How can you help us Dream Packs?
So the beauty of the Dream Pack, Tom, is it lets you feed a lot of people at an affordable price rather than buying individual meals. So, if you've got a party coming up, a graduation, a wedding, just a big get-together in your backyard, or just trying to feed the family on a Thursday night, we're here with our Dream Packs. And great thing about our Dream Packs, we give with them, we do approximately 4 ounces of meat for each person, which is a pretty healthy serving. That's going to get you a good hamburger-sized sandwich. And 3 of our sides, those sides come a pint to every 4 people. And we can do those Dream Packs in numbers anywhere from 4 all the way up to 200 and 300. So as many people as you want to feed, we can assist you, and that Dream Pack is a great way to go to do that.
Company picnics, pick it, class reunions, VBS, Sunday school parties, you name it, for one person, 500 people, whatever the case may be, you're ready to go. You do it all the time.
Absolutely, we sure do. And we can do those Dream Packs cold as well. I actually did that not too long ago. Myself and a couple of my kids, we did a meal after church on Sunday. We literally boxed up everything here in the restaurant just the way we would to a customer, vacuum sealed the meat cold, took it in, and Sunday morning during Sunday school, we popped it on the stove there at the church, heated everything up, threw the beans in the oven. All the other sides were cold and served them right there. Did about 75, 80 people that day. And, literally 30, 45 minutes of prep, and most of that's just waiting. It's not really doing anything. So we can get those cold for you as well if you're planning on meeting on a Sunday or a Monday when we're closed. Just tell us you want it cold, and we'll get it cold, and we'll have it ready to go for you. That's the great thing about it. It's not just, here's a bunch of food, now figure out what to do with it.
Right.
We're going to give you step-by-step instructions on anything you got questions about how to heat it up, what exactly to do, and help you every step of the way.
Meat by the pound. We get over there. Meat by the pound. Tell me about this from Phil's Dream Pit.
Now, if you're not really wanting the full Dream Pack, you don't need sides, or you're planning on doing a potluck thing where everybody brings their own, you can just buy meat from us. Pulled pork, pulled chicken, brisket, smoked turkey. We sell all of that by the pound. At, again, what we feel like are pretty affordable prices for everything being made right here in the house.
Closed on Sundays and Mondays, open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 7. Again, the meal plates, there's another option to go to from Phil's Dream Pit. There's 11 different meal plates you can work on. And last but not least, squeeze in the sampler platter. Tell me about that, would you please?
Sampler platters let you try just a little bit of everything. Any 2 or 3 meats. Everything we serve except for the half chicken, but due to their time, we can't do them in the sampler platter. But if you're coming in and you're going, I have a hard time deciding between the pulled pork, the brisket, and the ribs, get you a sampler platter with all 3.
There you go. Folks, can't beat it. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Social media, how do we find you?
On Facebook, and we're also at philsdreampit.com.
philsdreampit.com. My man does a great job. Been with us since
We
day
appreciate
one,
that.
folks.
Thank you,
Day
Tom.
one, he's been with us. We're going to continue this relationship. Our buddy Brian Pipkin right here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Great sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Here's a picture of Coach Duggar at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth, where we saw him almost every time we did the show. There, Tommy Tipton paying tribute to Coach Duggar. We lost him. There he is in the white shirt. That's Coach Duggar. And Tommy's, of course, the owner of Chick-fil-A is on the left. So it's, goodness. Like I said, it's almost surreal. It's not really happened, but it has. So Coach Duggar was more than a regular guest. He was family. His kind, spirit, uplifting words, and unwavering support touched the lives of team members and guests alike. Whether offering encouragement or simply sharing a smile, he made every visit memorable. He did. It's the way he was. Just the way he was. Chick-fil-A goes on to say, we mourn, Tommy Tipton does, we mourn the loss of a great friend and celebrate the legacy he leaves behind. Coach Duggar will be deeply missed, but his impact will live on in our hearts and the community he helped shape with his kindness and strength. Good stuff. Thank you. Tommy Tipton for saying such kind words about a man who deserves it, our buddy Lynn Duggar. So there you go. And we got a brand new sponsor. Had her on the show yesterday. Marie did a wonderful job. It is Weight Loss Success in Johnson City. Been at it over 20 years. Their goal is medically supervised weight loss. Would you like to lose some weight? Would you like to lose 10 pounds, 5 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever? What would you like to do? What do you think would be a good weight if you could do it safely and medically based to lose weight? Well, you can at Weight Loss Success in Johnson City. Again, medically overseen by medical doctors. Every time you go into a visit, whether it's a walk-in or by appointment, you're seen by a doctor. And their whole goal is to give you several weight loss programs to choose from, and you can. You got the B12 program, you got the Mega Burn, that's another option. The chromium picolinate, that's another option. So you can lose weight. You can sit down the first time. It's a free consultation to help determine, because each person is different, obviously, how far you want to go as far as what you'd like to do to lose weight. They have vitamin B12 injections. The more energy you have, the more fat you burn when you're on the move, so that you can go that route. So vitamin B12 is necessary for normal metabolism of nerve tissue and is involved in protein, fat, and carbohydrate metabolism. So they do vitamin B12 as well. It's all right there under one roof. And again, they've helped people lose weight in 6 states for over 20 years. First time in is a free consultation. Phone number is 292-9990, 282-9990. Weight Loss Success in Johnson City. Thanks to Marie May, the manager. Appreciate her very much being a brand new sponsor here on the broadcast. Happy birthday to Stevie Wonder, who's 75 today. Morgan Wallen, the country music singer, having a birthday today. He's 32, and Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish having a birthday. He's 59 today. Softball yesterday. Science Hill beat Morristown West 7-0. DB Morristown East rained out. They'll play that one today at 4 o'clock at Carson Newman. That winner will play Science Hill tomorrow night for the regional championship. That's in 4A and 3A. Unicoi County plays at Crockett tomorrow night. Both Crockett won by 10. Unicoi County won by 1. Crockett beat Granger by 10, and Unicoi County wins by 1 over Volunteers. So tomorrow night, Unicoi County and Crockett in Jonesboro for the regional championship in softball. In 2A, Eagleton Academy and South Green got rained out. They'll play that one today. That team will play the winner, which will be Alcoa tomorrow for the 2A tournament championship. Alcoa shuts out Chucky Doak 14-0 yesterday. Then in single A softball, North Green beat Cosby 12-0. Unaca's game at Hancock County got rained out. They'll play that one today. So the winner today is Unaca. Hancock County game will take on North Green tomorrow for the regional championship in 1A softball. Soccer tonight, AAA soccer, Science Hill, Sevier County, Dobbinsville hosting Jeff County. In AA soccer tonight, Tennessee Heights at Stone Castle hosting Volunteer. And Crockett will be at Greenville in AA soccer tonight. In single A, Oneida at Gatlinburg Pittman and Pigeon Forge will be at Roane County in soccer tonight. Baseball, best of three. Tomorrow night, game one, Farragut in Kingsport. The Admirals will take on Dobbins Bennett at J. Fred Johnson Stadium tomorrow night. Science Hill travels to Oak Ridge tomorrow night, the first of the best of three. In 3A, Seymour's at Greenville and Unicoi County's at Anderson County. Still don't understand why they put both of those two games. You play the first game tomorrow, the best of three, and the second game is on Thursday, and if you have to go to that third game, turn right around and play it on Thursday. With that much importance, as I said earlier, why would you not let them come back and play that third game for the right to get to the state tournament in Murfreesboro? Why would you not do that third day? The only thing I can figure is the travel involved. You're already there, let's play two while you're there. Because some of these teams are traveling a long way. So in best of 3A, it's Seymour, Greenville, Unicoi County traveling to Anderson County. In single A sectional baseball on Wednesday, tomorrow, UH will be at home in Johnson City hosting Greenback, and North Green will travel to Coalfield. So there you go. That's what's going on there. USA Top 25 baseball out right now. The new poll out for this week. In college baseball, number one team in the land are the Tigers of LSU. Florida State second. Texas currently third. Fourth in the country in baseball, North Carolina. Arkansas fifth. Auburn sixth. Seventh is Oregon. Eighth is Georgia. Ninth is Vanderbilt. And 10th is Oregon State. Tennessee right now 14th in the country in the latest USA Today college baseball poll. So the Volunteers, as Jeff talked about earlier, have their hands full this weekend in Arkansas, who is 5th in the country, and Tennessee, again, as we said right now, is 14th in the country in the USA Today baseball poll. So there you go. One final break. We'll come right back and begin to wrap this thing up. We're on the road here again. We are at Phil's Dream Pit. Tomorrow, Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Thursday, we'll be at the Jewelers Bench, getting ready for graduation and Father's Day with jewelry for Dad and the graduates. At the Jewelers Bench in Elizabeth and Pride, we'll kick off the weekend on a Food City Friday. We'll be obviously at Food City. We'll be this week at Food City in Elizabeth. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. And we'll take one more look at sports, and we'll do that right after this from our great sponsor, Brummett Sports Shop. You're watching the Tom Bailey Sports Show, show number 2,287.
Brummett Sports Shop in downtown Elizabeth with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit t-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brummett Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brummett Sports Shop, downtown Elizabeth, and Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummettSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brummett Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton. Buddy Michaela Miller from Phil's Dream Pit. Catering. Tell us catering opportunities using Phil's Dream Pit.
Well, where do I start? You call me, you tell me how many people you want. It's $13.99 per person. It'll be a 15% gratuity on top of that with a $200 setup and serve fee. And what that's going to get you is me and a team of 5 or 6, depending on how many I need, will come out. I'll set up my food. I make your sandwiches. We'll serve all your sides. We clean up, get out of your hair, and you never know we were there.
What are the options on the menu?
Pretty much it's open game.
Anything?
Yeah, open game.
Yep.
Okay, the hash brown casserole. We don't do the hash brown casserole in bulk or catering at all.
349-6437. Catering opportunities for any event coming up. Give them a call right here at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue, catering any event. Call her, ask for Michaela, and let her step you through how she can help you with catering from Phil's Dream Pit. One of our great sponsors on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and on Cyclone Football.
What'd you end up getting, Mr. Beverly? Pulled chicken, mac and cheese, hash brown. Yeah, pulled chicken, hash brown. That's good stuff. That'll set you free right there. It's good. Phil's Dream Pit. Burke's over here with Buddy Burke eating turkey, wearing it out. That smoked turkey is what I like. Smoked turkey, good for you. George Latham, hello. Richard Shannon, Richard, thank you for watching the show. So again, NBA tonight. Let's see. The National Hockey League tonight, you have one. Winnipeg skating at Dallas. Dallas leads the series 2-1. NBA tonight, you got Cleveland trying to stay alive. The Pacers lead at 3-1. They'll play that one in Cleveland. And Denver will be in Oklahoma City. The Nuggets and Oklahoma City tied at 2 games apiece. Celtics lose last night. They had to haul Jason Tatum off the court and ultimately put him in a wheelchair and wheel him into the locker room. So with an MRI, I can't imagine it being a good sign at all. Then you had Cabrera from the Yankees got, that was Washington. He came in from home and stepped funny, trying to come home and throw at the plate, and did something to the point on his leg. They had to put him on a gurney and take him to the hospital. Cabrera from the New York Yankees. But Tatum, very much with having an MRI today and said, it's not looking good for Jason Tatum, and it's not looking good for the Celtics. We'll see if Curry can get back tomorrow night. Steph, they need him with that hamstring pull. We'll see if the Warriors can get back in the win column and stay alive in the postseason NBA playoffs. But Jason Tatum, not a good sign with that MRI going on today. And being taken off the court in a wheelchair, yeah, that's not a good sign. Hey, I want to say thanks for watching the show and listening to the show. We appreciate that very much. One more thing I want to pass on to you here. The FCS college football teams, not the FBS, but the FCS, will be allowed to play 12 regular season games every year under a new recommendation by the Rules Committee. NCAA announcing the one-game extension will go into effect in 2026 if it gets the approval of the June meeting, and it will. Why would it not? If it didn't even get the approval, it wouldn't be put out there on the table. I can tell you how that works. So there's a good chance it's going to happen because it's been batted around, and so now it's out on the table, and so the intent is to make that go. So current legislation allows the FCS to play 12 games in years when there are 14 Saturdays from the first permissible playing date to the last playing date of November, which is confusing. So now this is going to make a blanket statement. You can play 12 regular season games every year regardless. That's the FCS. The FBS have had 12-game regular seasons since 2006, which has been, of course, 19 years ago. So that's going to do it from here. We're going to rejoin you tomorrow from Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Andrew Smith will join us tomorrow. Jeff Birchfield will join us tomorrow. The NASCAR All-Star race this weekend in Wilkesboro. We'll talk about that. Andrew Smith will go back over the softball, baseball, and soccer at tournament time here in Northeast Tennessee. We've got some other guests lined up tomorrow as well. We'll be down the road at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on People Street, right down from Best Buy. So that will be coming up again tomorrow here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Wrapping up show number 2287 Let's give the verse today again out of the book of Jeremiah. It's a great verse. They're all great, of course. Jeremiah 29:12, and this is what it says. It says this right here. Boom. Jeremiah 29:12 says, "Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I'll listen to you." So if you don't think your prayers are working, they do. Since the power of the prayer is in the one who hears it, that's the good Lord, not the one who sends it, which would be me and you. Our prayers do make a difference. He does hear what we're saying. It may not feel like it gets past the top of the ceiling. He hears, so keep praying. It works. In fact, Mike Hedrick sent me a note this morning where the guy that they had pretty much, let's see, here it is, a friend of mine with stage 4 liver cancer is told his two tumors are getting smaller and his hepatitis C is gone. There's a guy up in Virginia with stage 4 liver cancer. The 2 tumors are getting smaller inside his liver and his hepatitis C is gone. So he does listen, he hears. And so Jeremiah 29:12, good way to end the show. That's our verse of the broadcast. Back with you tomorrow. Thanks again to Brian and the folks here at Phil's Dream Pit, eastern side exit of Interstate 26, the quest for perfect barbecue. And so Mr. Beverly wasted no time buzzing right through that lunch. That's good. So we're about to do the same thing. See you back here tomorrow at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. Again, our thoughts are heavy. The loss of our buddy Lynn Duggar. Coach Duggar, he's in a better place. So, but when I tell you, we were just here for a little while. In fact, I'll just tell you the story. We both were pallbearers at Pastor Stout's funeral 2 months ago. Lynn Duggar sitting right here beside me as a pallbearer for Pastor Stout's funeral. He and I. Lynn Duggar's gone. So that's how fast. Book says we're a handbreadth of vapor here for a little while. That's how fast it goes. The man was sitting right here beside me as a pallbearer at Pastor Stout's funeral. Now, getting ready to go to his funeral. Telling you, you better be ready. So, well, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, I'll make a decision. You may not have a chance to make a decision. It may just happen. So, anyway, have a good rest of your Tuesday. Back with you tomorrow. We'll say, as always, bloom where you planted. And win or lose, be a good sport. And thank you for watching. Be sure to like it and share it. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching show number 2287 of the Tom Miller Sports Show, live today at Phil's Dream Pit, eastern side exit of Interstate 26. The quest for perfect barbecues.